okay? And we'll look at the main areas of your life and see what energies you're working with this lifetime. Now, I don't know if you are familiar with the Fool's Journey through the Major Arcana story, but if you're not, I recommend you Google that and look that up so you can see what that's all about, because that is what has inspired this reading. We're going to see what Pisces' journey through the Major Arcana is for this lifetime. So you'll see here the Fool. This is you, your brand new life. You know, your hourglass is full. All your experiences for this lifetime coming out of the box. You've got your mask on, your costume for this life. You know what role you're going to play. And then here you transition to the end. You're standing on top of your hourglass. Your time has run out. You've shed your mask. You've gained all your lessons, and now you're ascending back to the divine. So we are going to look at everything in between for Pisces, okay? So let's start out with just the Major Arcana. Sorry, I get spacey doing readings. Let's look at the main energies you will be working with this lifetime overall. It's 11:11, Pisces. Make a wish. Alright. Oh, nice. Look at that. We have the Great Wheel. Ooh, and it just flew right out of my hand. And it's still 11:11. I felt like I needed to reiterate that. It is 11:11 p.m. on Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. Though this tarot reading is timeless, okay? Just put that out there for whoever that is for. It is still 11:11. I hope you made that wish, Pisces. Anyways, you have the Great Wheels. So this means Pisces is going to have ups and downs, but it's like great fortune, great misfortune. So when you get it good, whether it's something you want or something that you do not want. A gift and a curse, so to speak. Oh, look at this. We have the Tower, and I'll tell you what, this Tower has been making an appearance in everybody's reading. This is just like major change, major shakeup, complete shift, new direction at some point in your life. And again, the Tower does not have to be a scary thing. This could be for, you know, something really positive, like let's just say you were in poverty most of your life and then finally you get your break and everything changes. That's a positive Tower energy, right? So definitely there's going to be a huge shift and change at some point in your life. This isn't minor. This isn't like becoming a parent or something like that. It's very significant. Wow. It is incredibly significant because we have transitions. So Pisces, my goodness, you are absolutely going to completely transform yourself somehow, some way this lifetime. For some of you, right away this speaks to me in a spiritual aspect where you're going to have like this profound spiritual awakening along your journey this lifetime. For others of you, this could be all about your physical body, actually. If you struggled with your weight all your life, there could come a point where, you know, this great shift happens and finally just like everything falls into place and, you know, you are finally able to achieve the body that you want, whatever that means for you, okay? This is just something quite different. This could be like, you know, you live your life for everybody else, and then finally there just comes this point where you're done with that and you're ready to live for Pisces, and that's just the way it's going to be going forward. But paired up with this Tower card, just wow, it's like a complete change. Your life is one thing and then it turns into something completely different. With that energy, some of you, I wonder, if you might not have a near-death experience at some point in life, like I don't like to say that because it's kind of scary, but just with this lineup, and it would be like for the experience of going and coming back, and then you're a completely different person, like you remember everything from the other side, okay? For others of you, this is like from birth, you're a medium, okay? From birth. It's just there. Others of you, because we have the tower here, this is like a great shock. At some point you wake up to this incredible gift of mediumship or clairvoyance. You know, it's, you might have kind of always known it was there, but then it's just like, bam, game on, 100. Whew, Pisces. So let's pull some major arcanas to look at your career and finance energies you are working with this lifetime. I'm not surprised to see this, High Priestess. Yeah, some of you definitely are going to be working in a spiritual-based practice, your religious or belief system, all of that. I don't feel like this is so much religion. This is more like spirituality, esoteric, you know, the mysteries of life. That's what the High Priestess is all about. And it's, you know, this definitely for some of you, it's like you're going to have a spiritually based practice at some point, and that's just what you do to earn your income. Others of you, this is saying, you know, many, and also with the Great Wheel, many of the different jobs that you have, or the career path that you initially choose, is very destined. There's people along the way for you to meet. It's just your career path is all about shaping you, but in a spiritual way, even if you're not doing spiritual work, okay, if that makes sense. And the connections are very karmic. Look at this. Up next is the moon, your own card. So yeah, Pisces, you're highly intuitive, psychic, medium, you name it. It's there. It's out in these first two cards. I would say many of you, somehow, some way, there's going to be an aspect of you and your spirituality that you put out to the universe, whether it's full-blown, that's how you make your income, whether you make like little positive things to post, a blog, poetry, channeling messages and just sharing them for all. Like, for every one of you on some level, there is an aspect of spirituality and intuition in your career, in your finance area. So let's, yeah, and then look at this, the Emperor. You, Pisces, are meant to be a boss, whether it's a boss of yourself or, you know, of other people. You are definitely meant to be in management. And you know, with this, the Emperor, his responsibilities are great, okay? Some of you might climb up the ladder in whatever your career is early in life, but, you know, no matter what, by the end, it looks like whatever your profession is, like you're on top of your game by the end, and you are in charge of people. The Emperor is definitely like a manager, but the main thing about him is his responsibilities are great, and he has to make choices that benefit all instead of just one. So it's a heavy responsibility. Many of you, based on this energy, are going to lead others in a spiritual capacity somehow, some way. Like, you are definitely a pillar of light, a beacon of knowledge, of wisdom, you know, that's helping others along their path. And with this tower in transition, this all might come like later in life, whenever the shakeup happens, for whatever it, you know, that means for each one of you personally. So I'll talk more but on each little sector here, but let's build the reading more. I want to look at your romantic and intimate energies that you are working with this lifetime. I had a feeling that she was going to come out. So we have the High Priestess over in finance and career. We have the High Priestess over in intimacy and romance. What this tells me, what she depicts in this card, and that's something else. So I'm using several different decks because even though each deck is the tarot, it's fashioned after the tarot, the standard tarot deck. Each card has a bit, of its own little meaning to it. And this is saying, Pisces, that in order for you to be with somebody and be happy, like, you've got to feel a very, very specific connection to them. Also with this, it's like your romantic partners are destiny. Who you don't really choose who you love, like, it's scripted in your journey of who you were going to fall in love, because even though you're having the human experience of romantic love, it's not because you're learning about that. It's whatever it is about that triggers your energy field, I feel like has more to do with, this spirituality that you have going on. So, yeah, look at this. So, let's just pull the last one and then we'll see. The world. So we have the Fool and the World. Oh my gosh. Okay, some of you, this is like one person, whether you're with other people or not, it's just one person for Pisces. You're going to just be in love with one person and, like, you fall in love with them. Some of you pretty young in life, and that's just who you love your whole life till the end, because we have the Fool and then we have the World. So some of you, like, definitely with this partner the whole time. Others of you, I feel like you meet young, go apart, and at some point come back together. For others of you, it could kind of be like an in and out thing throughout life, and then finally at some point it solidifies. But it's just, every relationship of significance is like the destiny of Pisces, okay? And even if you try, you cannot entertain relationships that aren't written in your book of destiny, okay? See how she's holding two keys there? There's just one person that will have Pisces' heart. Even if you think you've been in love and all these times, there's just going to be this one person, and that's it for Pisces. And like I said, in the end, you are together here. Also, when we're looking at sexuality, it's like we're very prude, we're very innocent, we're kind of shy, we're kind of modest. And then by the end, it's just like, I've experienced everything. I am a pro. That doesn't mean like you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Easy or scandalous like that. It just means that, for some of you, you and your partner, like, explore every aspect of sexuality there is to explore. Some of you, do that throughout your dating lifetime, but it's just like, by the end, you are one damn good lover, Pisces. That's just all I gotta say about that. So far, the only repeating card that you have is the High Priestess. And what I'm saying to everybody is, your repeating cards, look those up after you're done watching this reading, and read several different interpretations of that card, just to expand your own knowledge and see how you can bring this reading even more personally home to you. So for Pisces, I highly recommend that High Priestess card because she has come out for you twice. So now we are going to pull some cards to look at the spiritual and religious sector of your life and the main energies that shall govern that for you this lifetime. Alright, so we have the Devil, the Sun, and Temperance. Wow. That is quite gorgeous, actually, Pisces. What I see here is Pisces will experience some darkness, okay? And it might, in fact, some Pisces might even go to the dark side. And I don't mean like you're evil and you're doing crazy crap. Some of you could really get into some super deep occult stuff, but what I mean by this is like the wild side, like experiencing life, exposing yourself to all religions, all mythologies, just, maybe trying out the Ouija board, ghost hunting, some of you trying to do spells, it just, that energy will play out so different for everybody. And I don't see it as a negative energy in your lineup of cards here. What I see is more like any sort of experience with the darker realms is more for you to gain experience and understanding about that energy, because you have the sun here, which is like the most positive card of the whole tarot deck. So it's like, okay, I need to learn and understand this energy, and then I'm going to shine the sun on it so I can heal it, transmute it, and turn it into something different. And that's not to mean that you eradicate out like the darkness. That's an impossibility, okay? And the darkness does serve its purpose. Like our shadow self is our fight or flight mode, it's what protects us. We need that. It's our ambition, it's our courage, it's what gets us through when we think we can't get through. So our shadow self is just as important as the light. But Pisces is going to just have some sort of experience with this darker energy, and it could be like drugs or just a lot of sex. It can entail so many different things. It's just to excess. This could even be like being really obsessed over somebody. So like you're going to have this experience, you're going to walk through it. I think it has a lot to do with this tower. And then it's like, bam, you're over it, you're through it, you're healed. And the reason why you went through it is because it has a lot to do, with this like spiritual mission that you're here for. It's just so strong in your cards. So it's like Pisces is going to work with the light and the dark, and with temperance here. And that's why I'm saying that, because temperance is like that perfect balance. Whenever you're trying to create something or manifest, you've got to do it just right. You got to have the right amount of ingredients and all of that. So that's why I'm saying any sort of negative and experiences in the darkness, really only because you're learning how to temper the energies for creation, and then extend that knowledge to humanity to help everybody else learn how to better temper their light and their dark and their creative powers, to transition into the life that they really desire to have. So let's pull some tarot cards to look at all the other relationships in your life. Friends, family, co-workers, acquaintances, strangers. What's the energy there? So here we have this Emperor again. So we have the High Priestess and the Emperor ×2 for Pisces. So this says that you're probably going to be the strongest out of all of your friends. Many people are going to come to you for different things, and just depending on, what you have going on in life, it could be for money, it could be for advice. It's just, again, the Emperor's responsibilities are great. He is grounded, he is balanced, he is wise. He's probably a bit too serious sometimes. He might not play enough, but this is saying you as a friend, Pisces, you are a good friend. You are this Emperor energy. And then next we have Judgment, which tells me, much like the romantic connections, your friend connections, the people that you are your people, Judgment here, those are karmic connections, okay? These are soulmates. That's why you connect to certain people so strongly, and other people, it's just like, I can't. And then look at here, we have the Lovers. Pisces, many of your friends are going to just fall in love with you. Female, male, I don't care if you are female or male. It's like both sexes, straight, gay, lesbian, it don't matter. It's just like you're going to have this very attractive energy. Again, I feel like you're going to be a really wonderful friend to your people. With this, I don't see, it's not to say you're not popular, you don't know a lot of people, you're not social. Some of you I feel like are not social at all and you prefer your space, but with this, it's just like your friendships, your close relationships, your family close relationships, it's a very intimate energy for you. Just like your romantic relationships. It's a very intimate energy for you. These are soulmates that you've shared many lifetimes with. There's a familiarity in their energy, whether you consciously recognize them or not. Your soul does. And so it's like the bonds that you do make, I feel like last your lifetime and they're very strong, but there's very few. Okay, you might have a lot of friends, but your people, it just might be one or two people that you really consider your people. Okay, for some of you, you might just get to a point in life that once you connect with this romantic relationship, you just kind of shut off from everybody else and decide that's all you need, just because of, whatever you've been through in life. So it's not a bad energy for friends, Pisces. It can be challenging because we do have judgment, but it's just like your people are your people and are there lifelong, just like, the lover here. So let's pull some major arcana from the Dreams of Gaia. Now, with this deck, they are actually titled a bit different, so High Priestess and the Emperor for Pisces. You are a very strong individual, my friend. Alright, so we have Journey. So this life is definitely going to be filled with many experiences, and I love how we were just talking about that duality of the light and the dark, because, that is so strong, and the tempering of those energies, because that's your first card out. Like, that's your main thing for this life, Pisces, from a soul level, is the light and the dark, the balancing, the tempering of those energies, and the alchemy, the magic that comes from that. That is your main and primary focus this lifetime. And that's why I feel like this great love, not to say you don't encounter it early on, but I don't feel like it's, I don't know, it's general, so I won't say that. But next we have Father. So this pairs very well with that Emperor card and having great responsibility. This is actually card 5 in this deck, but, it is the depiction of the Emperor energy again. So in your life journey, Pisces, you will have great responsibilities. Okay, but great responsibilities comes great reward, and also with great responsibilities comes great power. So how you yield that power as well is quite important to your journey. And then look at this. Now we have the Maiden. So this is like beautiful, young, fresh energy. I'm new to all experiences. I want to explore everything. Pairs very nicely with this Fool. So I feel like this is coming after this Tower in transition, okay? You turn into this, which is nice. That lets us know this is a positive thing. And then look at this. Yep. You are perfectly in tune with yourself by the end of your journey. It's that balance of the dark and the light, the understanding of the two, the alchemy and the magic, and that is like your primary focus. Even though I see romance here, a very special romance, I see strong friendships, I see that you could rise very high in your career. your main focus, Pisces, is really on the spiritual, that dark and the light, and balancing the two. And you might be trying to define, what is the devil and what is holy. But, that will just keep you spinning your wheels, because it's the understanding that neither is good or bad, and one cannot exist without the other. Okay? That is 100% what your journey is about. And some of you, it's awakening to that this lifetime and pursuing the understanding of that. And for others of you, it's like the understanding of that and then teaching it to others, because now we have this Emperor energy times 3. So I'm going to pull a vice versa for each sector of your life here to see how you transition. And look at Judgment had to jump out, so now we have Judgment up in here times 2. This to me, yeah, Pisces, this is a very important life for you, because everything you're doing and experiencing, like, it's with transition, it's leading somewhere. And with Judgment in here times 2 and the Emperor times 3, great responsibility. When this life is over, like, you will have a lot to take back, and there's a judgment, and I don't mean in the Christian sense. It's a judgment of you against your own life here on the planet and what you accomplished. So this is a big deal for Pisces, this life. Since this is the vice versa, it goes either side. So this is the back to me as I shuffle, just so you know. I try not to even look at it, because it's just weird that there's images on both sides, but they're the coolest cards of all time. I love this deck. Alright, Pisces, let's see how you transition through life. Alright, so here we have the Lovers, and this is over here in the career sector. So what this is telling me is some of you may eventually have some sort of business you own with a partner, or to me this is representing where you maybe start out on one career path, but you ultimately end up in some sort of spiritually based practice. With this, it's like you finally come to the understanding of the alchemy process, the light and the dark. Like, that is just so reiterated throughout your entire reading here, okay, is like the understanding, the balancing, the tempering, because here we have the 2 jugs of the tempering of energies, all right? But you achieve that in the career sector. So whatever you set out to achieve, you can do it, Pisces, in a career sense. Also, those of you who struggle with like finances and lack and all of that, you really, through the process and experiences of your life, learn and understand the energy and learn how to manifest the alchemy, okay? So that's a great transition of energy. And now, next, we have for the romantic sector, the way you transition is, the World card. And like I said, you have that twice now over here in the romance, is the World card. So you are going to achieve an ultimate love, but also these in this deck are the representation of the High Priestess. And look at, that's going to be your next card out. And I love that she's going to flip the other way when like I said, this is the top. So I would flip the card because of what she represents on that other side coming out for your spirituality. Oh my goodness. So you achieve some great success when it comes to romance, okay? This is helping lead you to somewhere spiritually. Like, that's what your romantic experiences are about. Not so much to have the love experience, but you transition. Also with this, Pisces, this might mean that you depart this beautiful, lovely planet before your partner does. Okay, your home might be just a little bit earlier than they're calling home, just because we have the back of this card. But also with this, I feel like you and this lover are going to love again in another lifetime. It's just this life. I feel like your love is the time you could know each other forever, but it's like the time you actually get to be together as an actual couple, no issues, everything on point, is more short-lived than like all the time in between. Not to say you won't have a long life together, but it's like this person and you guys are in the know longer than you're actually together. Okay, so like let's just say if somebody you met in high school and then by the time you're 45, you guys come together. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there was 25 years, not to say you couldn't have 25 more years, but it's just this really long span of time before you guys are like together. And again, especially because I know about the High Priestess energy, it's like both of your reasons for being here weren't about your love connection, but your beautiful bond, the connection that you share at a soul level, like you replenish each other later in life, and that's how you carry through the rest of your journey. It's hand in hand with that person, but you both have a lot of life experiences to have in order to get to that aligned place. Now, this is how you transition spiritually, and this makes perfect sense. Oh my God, and I absolutely love your card for your other relationships. Pisces, your reading is just fucking amazing. Anyways, so here you see is that blue energy and that red energy. And, here's the two keys. And here she holds those two keys up there in the intimate energy. This is telling you, that spiritually this life is about an initiation. So you will be challenged because on this side, you go to the High Priestess for, to understand the mysteries of life. And she points to the book and does not speak. And she's telling you, you must learn. There is much that will remain hidden from you, but you still must navigate, through the darkness and learn all you can. Because, this life is about an initiation of your soul in more of like the occult, esoteric sense of the word, not so much of the earthly plane. And spiritually, your work, this tempering of the light and the dark, that allows you passage into the temple of wisdom, okay? And that is where nothing remains hidden from you any longer. So that's why I'm saying many of you, it's like at some point you are just doing like mediumship, tarot readings, Reiki, dream interpretation, aura paintings, something, man, like it's spiritual, channeling messages, helping people heal through trauma and understanding life. It's just, you will make it through, Pisces. You will have the rites of passage into the temple of wisdom based on the experiences of life that you have. Now, this is the card that you have for your friendships. This is the Star card. And so here, Pisces, this is saying, you see here, now we have the Star card with the two containers. And we have the two containers here. But these are the containers of temperance, for alchemy, to get everything just right. These are the containers of healing energy, healing the emotional body, healing the physical body, as you see her pour the water into the stream, and she's also pouring water into the earth. So the emotional body, the spirit, the earth. So this is ultimate healing. You bring a lot of healing to your friends, okay? With the star here, it's like, you know, many people probably see you as magical, Pisces, with this card, with this energy in the friendship department. Also, it's like falling outs that you have, like, at different points in life. There will come a point when all of those relationships are healed and mended, whether, you guys are on good terms again, like talking to each other, or it's just the healing of that energy. Like, you will not be on bad terms with anybody at the end of your life if you choose not to be, okay? You have this beautiful power of healing in every level. Oh my God, Pisces, like, your reading is just amazing. Let's pull one final card to see how your energy looks as you transition out of this life. Oh my gosh, Pisces, look at that. Yeah, this life is a big deal. This is all about spiritual initiation, 100%. You are walking between the light and the dark, learning the alchemy of that, and you are going to master that. And when you transition to the other side, back to the non-physical, you are like a star. I don't know how to explain this to you. This is a very important life, and you will have shake-up, but it's because of what you are working on at a soul level. And this life is just temporary, even though it's like all there is in your perspective. This is just one little piece to the, eternal puzzle that is you. And great things are accomplished this life. You're working with a lot of spiritual energy. You will have romances, you will have friendships, but it's like, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, this is all about this initiation of your soul to the, like, higher plane, higher realm, next level. And I really feel like, if you come back to physically incarnate on the earth plane again, you're going to be born as like a prodigy, okay? You're just going to be like tapped in from birth. You put in a lot of work this lifetime. And with judgment here in the great will, there's a lot of soul contracts also ending for you. I believe I saw that in Aquarius. And then, the star card does represent the Aquarian energy. So you could be involved with an Aquarius pretty closely throughout your life. But yeah, Pisces, this is definitely more of a spiritual journey in developing your intuition, your psychic ability, your mediumship, your understanding of energy, quantum physics, esoterics, like even the secret society type of teaching and learning. Some of you are definitely called to that, and you will, if you are the chosen, you will be called to it, and you will have the rite of passage, okay? Like, it's just all about the esoteric for Pisces, because you are really ascending to something just fantastic from this life experience. So do not lose heart, Pisces. Do not feel lonely. You are doing a lot of work spiritually, and you're going to be so happy that you hung in there, because by the end, you have achieved what you came here to do. And you get to take all that back. So anyways, Pisces, I will end it for there, right there. We have, let's count, we have the High Priestess times 3, so 11, 11, 11, because she's card 2, but it definitely looks like an 11 with the Roman numerals there. So High Priestess times 3, Emperor times 3, Lovers times 2, right? We had Lovers twice. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. We had the Sun times 2. Yeah, the sun shines on you, Pisces. Look at that. Look at that. That's in your spiritual energy, your spiritual makeup. Okay? And here it is. And as you transition, you ascend. Like, oh, I can't even put into words. I hope you can feel this. So, anyways, Pisces, I will end it for right there. Freaking out of this world, fantastic reading. Oh, yes. Lovers times 2. I'm sorry. That's confusing myself because they're flipped around and that's over in your career sector. So, Sun times 2, Lovers times 2, Emperor times 3, and